like, I'm knackered, I've got nothing left. Physiological factor.
Do you know those days when you want to go out for a run, but you're just feeling terrible because you're injured or not feeling great about something, and you start getting depressed because you think, oh, I'm never going to run again, or you think, oh, I'll never be able to do that pace, I'll never be able to get up that hill, and you beat yourself up? Well, most of that isn't physical, it tends to be up here in the mind, and it's amazing what you can't do because you've told yourself you can't, and your body can do it but it doesn't. So to try and counteract this, we have on our committee a Resilience and Wellbeing Officer, and that's Andrew. So Andrew's going to explain what all that's about. So here we go. Say hello, Andrew.
Hello, how are you doing?
So first of all, can you tell me a little bit more, expand on how I just introduced you? What is it you do?
Well, I think like the main part of the role is getting people to believe in themselves a lot more. So take that scenario when you're at the beginning of a race, you think, they're better than me, they're better than me, I'm going to lose, I'm not feeling up for it. It's that reframing, it's thinking in a bit more of a positive way of, right, actually I'm going to run my race, this is what I'm going to do, that's how I'm going to do it, that's the pace I'm going to run at, or I'm just going to run out and enjoy it. And I think that's more of my role, is it's getting people to believe in themselves a lot more when they're having a bad day, when they're having a bad week, and to know what running is all about.
Okay, so that's talking about at the beginning of a race, but what about the lead up to that? How can you help there?
Well, I think it's more about getting people to understand, to think in a more positive way. So I'll give you a scenario. You've had a rubbish week at work, you've been working long hours, you haven't put the training that you feel you should or what you want, and you think, actually, what's the point of running this? What's the point of actually doing a race? I'm not ready. It's about actually being able to reframe what you're thinking, think, actually, do you know what? This is 1 week. I've been training for 6 months. I've done this, I've done that. What positive have you done? What positives can you take from the last 6 months? Where can you believe in yourself a lot more? And think of those positive things rather than just that one negative week. Because it's 1 week. 1 week in 6 months. It doesn't affect things. What's up there is much, much more important than missing or struggling for 1 week.
Well, I think most of us will recognise that. So for beginners, how would you frame that? How would you go about helping them believe in themselves?
So for a beginner, I would say one of the biggest mistakes I think beginners make is looking at faster runners thinking, I'll never achieve that.
Oh, so comparing themselves unfavourably to others.
Yeah. Or thinking, right, my goal is to do a 30-minute 5k, and at the minute I'm doing it in 40. Let's use that as an example. Now 10 minutes might be a big jump, but let's reframe that and do it in 1 minute chunks. So your first goal is 39 minutes. How do you achieve that? That looks much, much better to achieve. Once you achieve that, let's go for 38, then 37. You might be 37, you might do 35, and your next goal is 34. Breaking things down, lots and lots of small wins, and using those small wins as motivation to push towards your next goal. Achievable small goals.
Cool. Okay, well, one of the things I know myself from my own running is that the consistency of coming to a club and running regularly is one of the things that makes the best The biggest difference is in actually achieving the performances you want. And if someone's struggling with motivation, how would you help there?
Well, I think it's to go back and look at the reasons why people run. And people run for many, many different reasons. People run for, like, to meet friends. People run to get quicker. People run for their own mental health. People run for so many different reasons. It's to find out what that motivation is, what makes them click, and really build on that. So, say if somebody runs to improve their mental well-being, and they haven't run for a week, and their mental well-being's went down a little bit. Let's look back a month. What was the positive that you got out? You had a really good week that week. What did you get out of it? How did you feel? What did you do better? Go back to that. Get that feeling back. Look at actually what you achieved that week. And it's not all down to running, down to many other factors. But running, I can assure, played a huge part in it.
Now, obviously, you've got a background in helping people in doing this and been doing it for a while. Do you like to describe what qualifies you to help people in this way?
Yeah, well, I think for many, many years I've been a sports coach. I've been football coach, basketball coach, mostly coaching juniors. And the one thing I found there was a lack of belief in one's own ability. So my role as a coach was to build that confidence up way beyond their capabilities. And then for 13 years I worked with homeless young people, drug and alcohol addiction, youth offending, and a lot of the stuff with drug and alcohol addiction was belief that they could get off drugs. And one blip, one thing they struggled with, one bad day will get them back on. So I used sport, and we used sport to get people off heroin, and we created an 11-a-side football team. And with that positive thinking of the coaching, the resilience work, the training, we managed to get an awful lot of people off heroin and playing football on a regular basis, building the fitness up. And one of the things they said really helped was as their fitness was building, they didn't want that to go, and they knew taking drugs would do that. And then I've done a lot of one-to-one coaching. I'm currently retraining as a neuro-linguistic programmer, and that's all about reframing. It's all about getting over obstacles, getting over hurdles in your life. It helped me overcome a stutter. So I think it's about what qualifies me, I guess, is years and years of experience of working one-to-one with people, working in groups, and getting the very best out of people.
You can help the seniors, you can help beginners, you can help juniors, you can help the elite runners. How do they get in touch with you?
They can get in touch with me 3 ways really. You can come and get us a training on a Tuesday or a Thursday. You can email me in confidence, and we can have a discussion about what it is that you want to overcome, what your goals are. And it might be that your goal is a 5k or a 10k, you just don't have the confidence to get there. Well, the coaches will work on your physical ability, let me try and work on your mental ability. Or you can send a text or telephone. My numbers can be on the website, and my phone number can be on this. So email, phone, or grab your training. But anyway, I'm absolutely happy to help.
That's brilliant. And just to tell you what the email address is, it's wellbeing@elswickharriers.org.uk. I know other people do it a lot more things.